believe it or not, it's even worse than you know, unless you already know what I'm about to show you. So, as you're already aware, we've had a national security fuck up of biblical proportions with several high ranking members of the administration. Classified, top secret military information, including war planning details, were being discussed on an unsecure app, and a reporter was accidentally copied in. Some of the people that were involved in this text included Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, the Vice President of the United States, the National Security Advisor, the Secretary of State, as well as many others. Then we learned that one of the people that was in this thread was actually in Moscow at the time that it happened. So Lord knows how into his phone the Russians were. And the ineptitude continues. The ineptitude rages on. Here.
So we've got another update. Mike Waltz, Trump's national security advisor at the center of the Signal war plan scandal, had a public Venmo containing sensitive information, per new reporting from Wired. The account remained public until Wired asked about it. The Venmo account revealed the names of people closely associated with Waltz, including journalists, military officers, lobbyists, and others. Experts say that a foreign intelligence service or other actors could exploit this information for any number of ends. As Midas Touch editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski says, Trump will consider Waltz's close relationship with journalists far worse than any security breach, because this is borderline treason in dear leader's world. Waltz is now officially in trouble. I will say this could also potentially explain how Waltz could have accidentally added in that Atlantic reporter to his Signal chat. He clearly has a lot of contacts with reporters and is potentially used as a source. We're going to be following this story and more, so remember to follow our account and add the Midas.
You come at me with her emails, you are going to get nothing but this in reply. Are you fucking shitting me? This guy is... By the time you see this video, he may already be fired. Who the hell knows? But my guess is he's going to wind up being the sacrificial lamb in some way, shape, or form when it comes to this whole thing. But I mean, especially considering the kind of contacts that he has, it's a good possibility he could have been used as a source and one of these unconfirmed sources in a lot of different stories. But neither here nor there with that. The ineptitude of this fucking administration is staggering. The nonchalant nature with which these motherfuckers, like, when I say they are unqualified, this is what we're talking about. I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised to find out next week that these motherfuckers were Snapchatting shit out that had to do with military strikes. They just don't know how any of this shit works. They are all so unique. Tom, are you saying that Tulsi Gabbard doesn't know how this shit works? No, I'm saying people like Tulsi Gabbard probably does and at least should know how this shit works, which means the Tulsi Gabbards of the world should have put a stop to this shit as soon as she was included in it. She should have gotten on the phone or whatever the fucking case may be and gotten a hold of everybody on that thread and went, whoa, shut that shit down right fucking now. But she didn't. She sat there and then didn't have the fucking balls to even say she was on the thread when being questioned in front of Congress. Yeah, Pete Hegseth, he's unqualified. He's too fucking stupid to know any better. J.D. Vance, you would think being a senator he would be smart enough to know better, but apparently he does not. Tulsi Gabbard, I believe, actually does know better, but was just too much of a fucking coward to put a stop to it. And Marco Rubio probably knows better. But let's be honest, Marco Rubio sold his soul, so to speak, in order to become Secretary of something. He was tired of being senator. He knew he wasn't going to be president, so he had to take something. And so he got down on one knee and kissed the ass of the guy he called a con man. So that group consisted of Pete Hegseth, somebody who was too fucking stupid to know any better, and a handful of other people that did know better, were intelligent enough to know better, but were too much of a fucking coward to put a stop to it. And then we got this bullshit. And the Moscowing. Jesus fucking Christ, man. 9 weeks in, folks. 9 weeks in.